Now you know, I know, Scotch is great. We also know bourbon is great, but together,
that's the devil's work.
We are well and truly in spooky season, and I'm not just talking about tax time. I have sat on this bottle now for nearly 3 years.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Not like that. So what better time to talk about this devilish bottle? Lucifers Gold Original Blended Whiskey. Welcome back to GWhisky. I'm Jeff. This is Whiskey. Let's crack on.
GWhisky.
So this scary looking bottle was a special offer, which by adding this to the shopping basket or Master Malt, I got a free delivery and a tenner off my order. In hindsight, that may not have worked out as great a deal as it did in my head, but those were the crazy days of 2020. I was truly diving headfirst into the world of whiskey. I think my tiny little collection easily tripled that year. I got some absolute gems and some not so great. So let's find out which category this one falls into and jump to the experience. So first, let's talk the label. It is fantastic. It is like a tarot card printed on this like bumpy texture with the gold foil really giving it like that more polished premium feel. I love the way the shadows reflect on the gold letters. The typeface logo is brilliant, and it even has like little barrels labelled, one with whiskey, one with bourbon on it. The devil is really in the details. There's also some great touches, like if you look really closely, it's got 666 laid around the illustrations. Now, the back label really brings the whole aesthetic back alongside the price point. Of course, there is some satanic sprinkled marketing spiel on the back. For what the angels have left behind, the devil has kept for himself and combined. 1 part whiskey, 1 part bourbon. He has created a drink that for some reason is forbidden. Did they just give up on the rhyme? This special blend, so we are told, is the work of the devil, known as Lucifer's Gold. A toast to Lucifer and his devilish tricks. This fine blend gives you permission to mix. What a crock of shit. Now it's all tacky and it's gimmicky and I'm all for it. So this is going to be getting a very good, bang on the nose, 7 out of 10 for experience. Either way, let's get this poured and get sniffing. Oh, it's not a cork. Straight away there's this like hot nail polish note. It's a bit like sugary butter, like when you make a cake and it's got like those, all the bits in the mixing bowl. It's really heavy nose. There is some like spicy chili notes, not like sweet chili or anything, but more like that nostril stinging stuff. I would say it's almost like a little headachy. Like sometimes I find that high ABV drams kind of blur the brain.
I'm dizzy.
There's certainly like a burnt woody oaky nose, a bit like rubbing alcohol, and that smell of hand sanitizer, the really rubbish stuff. I'm not sure I want to kind of give it an average aroma score, but I wouldn't go as far as it's bad, so let's say it's subpar and give it 4.1 out of 10. Either way, let's get to the taste. Cheers. The first thing is just, this is like super smooth. Like thin's another word for it, but like it's just pure smoothness with that texture. Yeah, I said it.
Don't say it, for God's sake!
There's not a lot of flavours coming out straight away, but it's coming across quite like grainy, maybe a bit sharp and bitey on the tongue. I would say the kind of more bourbony parts maybe overpower.
Call Mr. Plow, that's my name, that name again is Mr. Plow.
Overpower the Scotchy side. There's like a bit of praline chocolate, Toblerones. Again, I want to describe it as it's like heavy, it's dense, not lots of depth, but lots of dense. There's like a bit of like rye, mentholy spice. It's pretty unique. It's pretty different overall, like these weird flavours that are not just like your standard flavours. I'm not sure if that's good or not. At the end, it's quite metallic-y. Little like there's a bit of like cinnamon spice. But that that metallic note really kind of holds on and it just hangs on for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty confused by this. Now, I don't think I can put it in the good score mark, and I think I could class it alongside some other like more average bourbons. But there's also, I don't know, also a lot of bad things going for it. I think I'm going to go with, it is average, but it is slightly interesting. So let's go with a 5.1 on the taste. Last thing, it's time to chat about the value. So I picked this up for £24 back in 2020, and of course it had that like £10 free delivery deal, but I won't go into that. Now it seems this is out of stock in loads of places, so maybe this is like a collector's thing now. So let's just stick it at £25. Can you get better Scotch for this price? Yes. Can you get better bourbon for this price? Yes.
Oh yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
But this is quite a cool experiment and a bit of a daft gimmick. Daft gimmicks are my jam, like come on, I slap bottles. Speaking of which, come here Satan. I was concerned that glass was going to break, this is super flimsy. So I would say it's pretty average in value, maybe just like a little morsel better than just generically average, so let's go with a 5.1. I wonder if I could do better. You need your bourbon. You need your Scotch. Actually, this is 3-year grain whiskey. I've got something closer than this. 3 years, 30 years, it's all grain. Scientific pause, like a dog in a lab coat. A little swirly swirly. I'm spilling it everywhere. That ain't bad.
It's alive! In the name of God! Now I know what it feels like to be God!
Can't taste the grain though. Certainly worth having a try. Now I've been rambling on for far too long and I can't quite remember the scores I've given it. So I think, based on my rough notes, it could have changed because I am not good at this filming stuff. But I'm going to say it's coming in that average of 5.3 out of 10. Pretty average. In truth, this is actually better than I thought it would be. But if you look at the liquid only scores, it's coming in at subpar at 4.6. But there you have it. Lucifers Gold, a mix of bourbon and Scotch. Have you tried something similar? Let me know down in the comments below. Cheers to the wonderful YouTube members, my Bottle Slap Club. You can support me there or just like liking, commenting, subscribing and sharing. It really helps appease the spicy YouTube masters and helps this little channel grow. And on that note, all the best and cheers to the next one. I feel like I've got bongos. Or better yet, what am I doing in my life?